You're listening to a podcast by the Perennial Leader Project. Welcome back to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. We've made it to day 59, where we're turning to Seneca for a few thoughts on the nature of virtue. In a letter to Lucilius, Seneca wrote, quote, "Virtue is not changed by the matter with which it deals. If the matter is hard and stubborn, it does not make the virtue worse. If pleasant and joyous, it does not make it better. Therefore, virtue necessarily remains equal. For in each case, what is done with equal uprightness, with equal wisdom, and with equal honor. Hence, the states of goodness involved are equal, and it is impossible for a man to transcend these states of goodness by conducting himself better. Either the one man is in his joy, or the other amid his suffering, and two goods, neither of which can possibly be better, are equal." Unquote. And this passage is adapted from a letter known today as On Various Aspects of Virtue. A couple of weeks ago, we explored the cardinal virtues of courage, temperance, wisdom, and justice. If you missed any of those episodes, I encourage you to go back and listen. An idea I mentioned in one of those episodes was the unity of virtue, which basically means that although the cardinal virtues have distinct characteristics, you cannot have one without the others. In today's passage, Seneca raises another counterintuitive idea by explaining that all virtuous acts are equal. There are quite a few paradoxical ideas in Stoic philosophy. The Roman orator and statesman Cicero wrote about 6 of them in a book titled Stoic Paradoxes. Seneca's words connect with Paradox 3 of Cicero's work, which says, quote, "Misdeeds are equal and good deeds are equal." Cicero explains that since virtues are equal to each other, it must follow that vices are also equal to each other. And virtues are indeed equal. It can easily be seen that no one can be better than a good man, nor more temperate than a temperate man, nor more upright than an upright man. Unified virtue is in accord with reason and perpetual constancy. Nothing here can be added to it to make the virtue greater, and nothing subtracted so that the name of virtue is lost. As a daily exercise, consider reflecting or journaling on why the notion of virtues being equal matters. You might ask yourself, how might this idea influence how I think about virtue and vice in daily life? Thank you for listening to Dying Every Day, Stoicism in a Year. I hope you found something useful for daily life. If you enjoy what we're doing here and want to support the project, consider becoming a Perennial Meditations member. And finally, as always, I urge you to put what you heard into practice. Until next time, be wise and be well.